nobody, and I always told my kids to not to do it because I have one boy and one girl, to not to be a victim and not to victimize, partner like that because it's, and I always, especially my daughter, I told my daughter, nobody in this earth can hurt you, not even your parents, but, to have a partner, a husband, if they abuse you physically, emotionally, no matter how much you love the person, to me, that's not love, because I know they are like most of the men or the women that they are, doing the abuse, they are manipulating, they are controlling, that's their pattern, So, yeah, every time I talk like that, because I came from the Philippines and my aunts, my uncle, they are like that. And I don't want, any, if I see people, women especially, that they are being abused, I always cry because I live in that house, that my aunt is being abused, and I can't do nothing, So I'm just really glad that, when I got married, I am not into that situation. But if I witness some kind of, I try to help, but some people, they don't want to get help, like my niece, and he said, there's nothing I can do, because it's tough, it's not easy. Well, there's a way out,
How?
Because
There's always a way out, and that's the problem. Is especially as a family member too, you don't see a way out for them ever, and it has to be their choice to ever come out of that relationship. Kind of see right in front of them, like, holy shit, like, I'm in this abusive, manipulative, like, situation. But for them to see that, they have to literally hit rock bottom to see that, which is going to be sad for your family to watch. But for her, that's just the point where you guys just need to make sure that you're there for her when she does hit rock bottom, so that she knows that there is actually people there that love her and what real love is. Because a lot of girls that come out of these situations, they don't actually know what love is, and then nobody's actually there to support them. So then they just keep falling back into that situation because that's what their only definition of love is.
Yeah, that's true also, but some of them, like, they kind of like don't want to get out because, like, I don't know what to do because they are
They're scared.
Yeah, that they are scared, they are being, like, I don't know, I call them like a zombie,
That's exactly it. They're a zombie in life. They don't see anything worth of themselves, and nobody's telling them that they're worthy of anything. So they're just literally walking through life, not living.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all my sharing,
I love it. Thank you.
I wish I could help all them abused women and men, I mean, it's not only that women that's being abused, there's also women that they abuse men.
Yeah, for sure. And that's even the worst part, is those men don't know what to do because it's a kind of stereotypical situation where, like, oh, there's a woman beating me up. I don't know what to do now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, the pride comes in the way, right? It's sad. It's really sad how people just think they can manipulate other people.
Yeah.
And I really want to thank you all for sharing, because I know it's not an easy thing to step up to a complete stranger, because I don't know you guys in real life. So maybe like, hey, I'm going to share my story. I'm going to tell my truth and let the world hear it. And I want to thank you for doing that. Devin, I know you're the comment, like, you wanted to share, and I know that, like, right now there's a spot open, so please, like, comment something so I can invite you. Hey, Devin.
All right, I'm coming. Give me 1 second. I'm going on my live.
Yep. There we go. Miss Devin.
Sorry, you're like, not in the eye.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you. I was wondering what was that echo, and then I realized I
turned down the volume because Ari was singing from my house. So I turned it down that way so she can hear from hers. Thank you. It's because you did it. So thank you. You did my hair.
Yeah, they'll care right away.
Thank you. She was trying to put it in curlers. Girl.
Yes.
Hopefully not in the process. It's all right.
Yes. So now, like, I'm kind of like shocked because like we talk all the time. Like I had no clue.
I mean, it's something I talk about a lot because it's I don't know. I just don't like to go there, and it's not something I mean, if it comes up in conversation, I'll talk about it, but it's not something like I talk about all the time. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I know Ari knows a little, well, I guess you know a little, or no, you don't. Okay. I know Lexi knows, because Lexi and I have talked about this. I think there's the one thing that is important to know is you can't take away positive things from these experiences. And what I mean by that is, so it was about 5 years ago, and I started dating this guy, and I had just been in another situation with another guy who like left me completely shattered and heartbroken. So this guy, I kind of just wasn't really feeling any type of way about myself or anything. And he kind of came in, and it seemed really good in the beginning. And I kind of went with it. Was pretty trustworthy of it from the get-go. And I shouldn't have been. And sometimes I wish I could take it back, but then other times I don't. But it was I think that was like one of the lowest points I think I'd ever been in at that point in my life. He was just I didn't realize he was mentally abusive until somebody came back into my life about a year later and opened my eyes to that, because I always thought, I'm a very literal person, so I always thought, okay, mental abuse is someone telling you, hey, you're worthless. But he never really said that. He never said those words. It was just a matter of how he made me feel. And I look back, and it was a lot of arguing day after day about, me being with other people, even though I wasn't. And we would just fight all the time. Really, really mean to me. And he was, oh, thanks, girl. And he was just an awful, human being. It was hard. My mom and I are super close, and she couldn't stand him, obviously, so I couldn't really talk about my relationship with him or anybody else. Thank you. Because I didn't want to, cry wolf, because I knew that things weren't good, but I wanted them to get better. I kept hoping that things were going to eventually, get better and stuff.
Thanks. Never after at one point, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was good in the it was good in the beginning, and then it just got really bad. And I still sometimes, I've had dreams about him, or I've seen people on the street that resembled him, and it freaks me out. And I think sometimes I still have PTSD from it, because sometimes, like I said, I'll see people on the street, and if I think there's times I've done background work and I thought it was him, and I've had to stop. Or my mom and I were watching some show, and I think it was This Is Us, and this guy was just really mean to her, and it just really rubbed me the wrong way. And she just looked at me, and she was like, what did he do to you? Because I never really talked about it too much, because I didn't want to hear, oh, you shouldn't be, I knew I shouldn't have been with him, but I'm such a hanger-on when it comes to relationships. I wanted to make it work. And that's why I always, I would tell Lexi, I'd be like, girl, you got to know your worth. You got to do this, you got to do that, because, she's a close friend of, a big friend of mine, and, we care for her and everything. So I would always be like, you gotta know your worth, because I remember going down that path. But it was really, tough at times. At one point, I contacted a hotline because I started really having thoughts of just ending it all, like really seriously. And I couldn't, that's not like me to think like that. So I knew that was like a break, pretty much like an end point. I knew that was it. And it just got really bad. Like, he would accuse me of cheating all the time. And then on top of that, if I'm being really frank, gave me an STD. So that was cool. That was a good time.
You don't really cheat on them. They're allowed to sleep whenever they want.
Yeah, it was cool. I was at work and I got a phone call from my doctors. Oh, you have whatever. And I was like, excuse me? You want to run that by me again? And
what did you say I had? What?
Yeah, and he still blamed it on. The funny thing was, not funny, but he still blamed it on me. Like, he went and got tested and had a nurse get on the phone with me trying to explain to me how you get it. Like, I know how you get it. Like, you're the one that I'm aware. Thank you. Yeah, I'm aware.
One person right now, like.
Yeah, like, I'm aware of how this works. And it really made me bitter for a long time. But on one hand, I don't want to say, for lack of a better word, I guess you could say I'm grateful that all of that in a way happened, because my life is so different now than what it was then. And I think it made me stronger. It made me, not want to take shit as much. It made me bitter, but it made me more, I don't know, more able to kind of handle things in a sense, like handle my shit, handle my, whatever. So now I know what to tolerate, or now I know what signs to look out for. And I think even as an actress, it made me better, because I was able to take on do different roles that I don't think I would have had the ability to do, or maybe not to the extent I did. It's always going to be, like, I could look back on that time and just feel like this sense of dread or doubt in my stomach, honestly. Thank you, Alex. So my story is, it was difficult for me for sure, but I tried to look at the positive aspect that came out of it. I think at that point in my life, I had to go through that, because I was at such a low point as it was. And it just made me kind of, I don't know, look at things differently by the time all was said and done.
Definitely. You wouldn't be the strong person you are today if you wouldn't have gone through that.
Yeah, for sure. And I always told myself I would never allow myself to be that person, but it kind of just like fell into it, like it just kind of happened.
You're that weak person that falls into that abusive relationship, and then you're like, fuck, am I that weak? And then you're basically falling into that weak, so you believe it, and then,
Exactly.
But it's the other person that's the weak one. They can't actually, and don't understand what love is, and they can't be in a real relationship. So.
Lex, are you actually licensed?
No.
She's just been through a lot.
The funny thing is, like, I don't talk about it, but I really don't tell people, but I'm licensed.
Are you actually?
Yeah, he is.
I'm legally licensed.
I think social worker. Are you social worker, right?
Yeah, as a social work graduate, I'm licensed to do counseling and other stuff too. But I don't talk about it because I don't want to be the guy known as the counselor.
Yeah.
But in moments like this, I don't mind talking about it, because I think that a lot of things where
Your secret's safe with us.
when we say that there's a fear of speaking out, and like the person being abused is going to feel like isolated, and even our society makes it in that way where as somebody who's licensed, if I suspect like there was rape or any sort of action going in that way, by law I'm required to ask certain type of question that I don't want to ask. And that's kind of why I chose the path that I'm going at, where I'm not using my degree though, I'm not legally doing therapy.
Yeah.
So I can ask whatever the fuck question I want to ask. And I can actually choose to not ask the question I don't want to ask. And still help people. And I really want to thank you. Again, I want to thank you all for sharing your experiences and your own truth. Because that's what they are. They are your truth. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, yo, that's a lie. That's some bullshit. Because it is not. It's not their life.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for doing this. I think this was awesome.
Don't thank me, guys. Do not thank me. I'm just doing my part.
No, I think this is
Without you,
awesome.
no man on this app would think about putting a panel together and letting women just talk about their trauma. Because every man I know on this app, once you start talking about your trauma or any like personal shit that's going on, they're like, no, that's not for the app.
No, they make a joke of it. And it's
Yeah.
funny because I was in the bathroom and I walked in and Ari was on her phone and I heard your voice, Lex, and I said to her, are you talking to my girl Lexi right now? Like, I know this voice. And then I happen to peer over and I see whose multi she's in and I'm like, oh, what's this about? Like, we're getting deep here. I gotta come in now. So, yeah.
I kind of started my Beagle career with the entire Yo Poetics gonna joke about everything. And then I realized, wait a minute, I'm having an international platform where I can do whatever the fuck I want as long as I hit the targets I need to hit. I'm getting paid.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
As long as it's like legal.
I'm gonna go change lives over here. Let's go.
Ari, I keep telling her she needs to stream more because she has such great, I'm about to put you on blast really quick. She has such great poetry and she is such a great writer. And this is the one I wanted you to meet for the longest time.
Oh, and guess what? It kind of is the right time considering I have my own agency. I could legitimately sign her as a host.
See, look at that. See, look at that. She's really talented. The words that flow to her paper, I've read them myself, and I'm like, wow, how'd you even think of that? Like,
That's awesome.
And guys, I want you to understand one thing, guys. Respect any single one of the people that are going to come up and speak, because they have more courage than you think to just come up and speak up. Like, and they're sharing part of their life that they could keep hidden. So please be respectful of their choice to speak out and speak up. And don't stalk them, don't harass them, don't do none of that, because that's messed up. Like, I can't believe like how like dumb this event has been. Well, is actually, because it's not over. It won't be over until like we have nobody that want to speak. So if let's say that shit gotta last till 2 in the morning, my time, that's what's up.
I like that. I like how you think.
Because I mean, why put a time frame on an event like this where I don't know when somebody's gonna pop up and be like, hey, I have a story to share, and that person might have been sitting in the broadcast for the entire 2 hours
true.
43 minutes that we've been going on, listening to every single one of you, and then now saying, hey, I have the courage now since I've heard Heather to share my truth.
Right, for sure. For sure.
But as of now, I'm gonna wait for Gogo to actually like come back with us. Oh,
I think she got a
last
phone.
Gogo.
Probably
Yeah, I
dropped.
think she got a phone call. Yeah, actually, like I'm gonna actually take this moment to actually explain why I actually started this panel. It's not just a crazy idea in my brain and all of that. Hey, Marvelous, how you doing? There we go. We got her back. She's back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about it. Feminine always. So I'm gonna take this moment before we have our keynote speaker tell us her story. And by the way, that keynote speaker is Gogo. The reason why I decided to turn my 2 poetry night this month into those panels is because last night I was invited as a graduate and a licensed and licensing what I do into the Blue Room from the Fayam family. And I was sitting there and like I was asked like my opinion on a professional standpoint, and I was like, yeah, I understand this because of that and this. And straightforward at the time, I was quiet. I was letting those amazing women and men tell their story. And I was just sitting here and trying to be as encouraging as possible when it comes to advice, or because technically I'm not even supposed legally to give you advice.
They'll do it anyways, though.
Because that's not what a social worker do legally. You don't have the right to do it. And that's why I don't want to be a clinical social worker.
I understand.
Because I want to be able to walk with people and, like, if they ask me for an advice, give it. So, after that night, I was like, I have poetry nights tomorrow, and, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then I was like, okay, what's the plan? Slept on it, I think, 3 hours ago. I was like, making the flyers that you see, that was my profile picture. And I was like, wait a minute. It's like National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. You want to flip your panel and continue what happened last night and allow warriors that went through the war on domestic violence to speak up and speak out. And I was like, yes, but before I need to talk to the person that inspired that idea. So I lined with my good friend from the Fayam family, Kelly Cat, and I told her, hey, do this, what do you think? You try to like bring people in and all of that. So she allowed me to come in her room and promote a little bit, talk about it. And at that same time, that's when I asked Gogo if she could be our keynote speaker. And she agreed. And like, to be honest, I didn't know what was going to be her answer. She could have said no flat out because she didn't know what I was about to do. And I would have understood that. But I thank you for agreeing to be our keynote speaker. I actually think that your story is, I don't even have words to describe what I think about your story. But people that know me on Vigo, they know that I don't cry. I don't show my emotion when it comes to me being emotional.
No, he doesn't.
I'd rather just crack a joke and put those shades on. But truly and honestly, you nearly brought the tears. And I only
Google, I want to be respectful. I'm going to drop down. I have to get ready for an event, but I'm going to listen to your story in the comments if that's okay with everyone.
So as of now, I'm going to bring her into the big box.
Yeah.
So, here we go. Go, the floor is yours.
Good day, everybody. I hope y'all can understand me. My domestic violence led to my voice change. I have Tourette's syndrome because I kept all that bullshit in. I got diagnosed with Tourette's at the age of 51 because I hid all that shit. I kept all that hurt in me. So the end result is me flipping the bird and me cursing everybody the fuck out. I don't know. So my story consists of probably wearing ass whippings from both sides of the fence. I've been abused by men, and it started at the age of 8 when I started getting molested. And it turned me into a manipulator later on in life. But the worst one was I decided that I was walking in so much hurt. Instead of having a boyfriend, I decided to split the fence and want to get me a girlfriend. So I thought I was in love, but it was just love hurt. I went to church one day, decided to serve the Most High and give them my time that I used to do on Sunday. And she follows me in the church with a pistol. I sat down and she sat down beside me and she went to cursing me out something fierce, y'all, in a church house. I didn't know she had the pistol on me, but she worked me enough to the point I got up from serving him. That was my first mistake. I should have stayed, through it right where the hell I was at and kept giving him his time. But no, I gave her my time and she put the cap in my ass. So she followed me and she tapped me on the shoulder. She pulled a pistol out on me. And where I'm from, if you pull a pistol on someone, it's either you or me. So we went to fight it. I threw the first away. Because one, you pulled the pistol on me, so I I have to do whatever I have to do in order to save my life. She busted on my ass twice, y'all. She shot me right here, and the other one is still lodged in my arm.
Oh,
This is someone I said, I love you too for 6 years. This is someone who said they loved me for 6 years. I had so much hurt in me, so much bullshit in me. I slept with the enemy. I laid with the enemy 6 years not knowing later on in life that this woman was going to shoot me and try to take my life. At the church house, y'all, I wasn't on the side of it. I was standing at the church house and this woman tried to take my life from me at church. That's fucked up, one. But I was in so much hurt. So after all of that, y'all, years later, I got into a relationship with this dumbass again. Munchausen syndrome, y'all. Satan was there laying next to her knowing that, hey, when my elbow hurt, you're the reason why. When I looked down at this beautiful tattoo, you're the reason why. But I laid with her because I was in that hurt. When you're walking in that hurt, you don't care who you lay and play with. It's like your life depends on that little bit of pleasure. That's it. I have had so much hurt from the beginning of time because at 6 I was kidnapped.
oh,
Yeah, black woman. I got kidnapped. Just to come back home at 8 for a man that's in his 40s to fuck me for 3 years.
Jesus.
I learned how to lie at the age of 10 to save the last little bit of my damn innocence because someone looked at me with a lustful eye. So I've been abused for a long time. That's why I'm able to stand here with my voice that sounds like this because it's not my regular voice. The rest changed it. I sound like a pre-pube boy, but you better believe someone else is listening. Someone gonna stand up in that same set of shit that I was in. Because I was in shit, y'all. I looked down bullshit with it. I looked at bullshit with it. It was so much bullshit in my life that I consumed it. Someone would have said, you full of shit. Yes, I was. But when I got diagnosed with Tourette's last year, it gave me the ability to say, you know what? I'm the prize. I'm the blessing. I'm not fighting no more. I fucking won when I decided to fall in love with me to tell the world it's okay to stand up in that shit long as you walk the fuck away. If you can stand up in it and wipe it off your feet, you're good. All you got to do is stand up. It's gonna be shit there. If you walk to the front, if you step to the side, if you step to the back, some of the shit will fall off. If you continue to walk, the shit will fall off. I'm sorry about my life. It just decided to go off on me. But you still hear me, so that's fine by me. But it does this, y'all. When it's time for you to decide that your life matters, guess what the fuck happened? I guess that shit floats. And I had a ton of it. But I learned when that shit was floating, instead of letting it float by me, I walked over this shit and kept it moving. I didn't want shit on my feet anymore. I didn't want that harm in my life no more. I don't even know how to love my forever guy. I've been in love with this man for 30 years, and God put him back in my life, and I don't even know how to love him. I've never known what that was. I've never known what that was from a male or a female that was not family. But that one person has came back in my life after 25 years because I sabotaged every relationship I've ever had because I was in fear. All I was good for doing back then was sucking, fucking, and eating. The more I ate, the bigger I got. I didn't want you to see me, but guess what? My ass spread it. And you saw me regardless. And I still was fucked up because of hurt. People don't know when you harm someone, you change the trajectory of their life later on. I learned how to lie at the age of 10 to save my innocence, y'all. He couldn't say, here you go, I'm giving you back the last little bit of pussy I took from you. I'm giving you back your innocence. You can be 8 again. You looked at me with a lustful eye and changed my life. Why would I have to think of a master plan to save my pussy? Sorry, I hate to say it like that. It took me 12 months in order to save my last little bit of pussy, y'all. I had to rest. I went to the hospital with an headache and came out with the rest because all that hurt, I pushed it down. But last year I took that fucking Band-Aid off and I fell in love with me. My love for me now so strong. When I look at me, I love for my damn self. I don't need love for nobody. Stand up in your shit if someone is harming you and your children are there. Let me tell you something. All you teaching your children to do is take shit. You think I'm being strong for my kids. No, you're not. You're teaching your children it's okay to be shitted on. You're teaching your children that if he a boy, let's go run circles around this girl because this man doing it to my mother. If it's a girl, you teaching her how to be subservient to an asshole that's doing wrong to you. I didn't have the ability to know how to be a good girlfriend. I'm 52 years old. I've never been married. You know why? I don't even know how to be a fucking girlfriend, let alone a wife.
Yeah. Sound like me.
A motherfucker changed my life a long time ago. But I took it back May 2019. And I'm getting to take that shit back when I got on Bigo. Because I get the ability to tell people it's okay to fight even while you're sitting down. Don't you thinking about leaving? Because eventually you're going to teach yourself it's okay. I done thought of the grand plan. I can get the fuck away.
Sure did.
But don't give up.
Don't give
If
up.
you fall, get the fuck up. Don't leave them knees dirty. Just the bitches off and keep moving, y'all. I have gray this much gray hair since I was 17. Every time somebody see me, they calling me Mr. Sauce, Mrs. Sauce, Granny, all of that. But you don't know the shit I walked through in order for this hair to be white. You don't know the coke I did in order for my hair to be white. You don't know the coke I did in order for I had to tell him, I'm done. And when I was done, I came out as white as the coke that I put in my nose. Because somebody else told me I wasn't beautiful enough to be able to tell y'all this. I used to have the simplex of, look, this was ugly. Every time that man fucked me, he would say, with your pretty black ass. He made me think because of this. It was bad. I already got 3 strikes. I'm a woman, I'm black, and I have fucking Tourette's. And then you want to fuck me over? It's sorry. I stood the fuck up. I'm snatching the Band-Aid off. I am not looking for an old wound. I want that bitch healed. I want a fucking scab on it, and I want it to set up. I'm tired. I'm tired of Generation of Bush. I'm sick of our women having to fight our own minds. I'm tired of our women going from pillar to post because we don't know shit, because we haven't been taught shit. My mother didn't teach me about a good relationship. Because guess what? Some of the same motherfucker that fucked me fucked her.
Jesus.
Just about every woman in my family is a lesbian because of 5 men, and they fucked up 3 generations of women, y'all. This is the hurt I deal with. Then I go split the bitch too. And I split the bitch and gave up my treasure box, and the bitch almost buried it. That's it. Be careful who you love. There's nothing wrong with lust. We all have sex, but love will get you fucked up. Everybody don't know how to love. I don't know how to. I know how to love my son. I don't know how to love the man that gave it to me. I look at him every day with admiration because he looks at me and he tells me every day, keep fighting. This man has known me since I was 12, and he tells me every day, keep fighting. I see you. I've always seen you. But I didn't see me since I was with shit. It was shit, y'all. I turned into an asshole because of someone else's doing. I could have been said I needed help. But no, instead, I turned into a bitter ass woman. No, motherfucker, I don't need you. I just want you to screw me. And we going on about our business. You ain't even got to like me while we're screwing. This is the type of fucking hurt I was in. They didn't give a fuck. Let me get me. And you go about your business. That's what hurt looks like, y'all. I don't care about nothing else, y'all, but trying to make sure at the end of the day, I love me with my Tourette and everything that comes with it. I love me with being kidnapped. I love me with being molested. I love me with every damn piece of shit that's still left in me that I'm trying to regurgitate and leave on the floor because I don't want it in me anymore. It's toxic to me. It already done its harm. How the hell do I go to the hospital and come back with Tourette's, y'all? At 51, they said this shit is my trauma suppressed. Fucking a neurological disease. You should have fucked my mind in. It suppressed something I should have been had. So I'm special any damn way that I look at it.
Sorry.
But y'all be careful. I just want to learn how to love. That's how I want to know what the correct way is. What is the correct way? I look at me and know what it is, but I don't know how to love them. All I know how to do now in life is to keep talking and tell people it's okay to stand up in that hurt. Because when I got shot, all I could think about, y'all, is who the fuck gets shot at church? Then I had to think about history books. You know what I mean? It has happened before, but it never happened to me. I stood where I was supposed to have been standing, and the motherfucker almost took my life in front of where I was supposed to be standing. And you can never tell me wrong place, wrong time. It's God's house. I got shot at the church house. This hoe tried to kill me. If I wouldn't have stepped back, the bullet would have hit me in the head.
Jesus.
But it hit me in the elbow, and they stopped counting at the number 36. That's how bad that bullet shattered my elbow.
Jesus.
And it's still in my arm to this day. And look at this hurt. I just want to learn how to be a simple, fucking happy person with the person I'm with, so that he don't have to keep having to try to chip off a fucking brick wall. So that's all he's doing. He's working at something like watching wet paint just dry. It's not happening. He's looking at me literally trying to love him.
Jesus.
I've known this man all his life. He's giving me a child, and I don't know how to love him because someone has wronged me. They took it all from me. I can't even give it to the man that gave me a beautiful 30-year-old. Y'all know, sorry if I get too emotional.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's my true job. I've been abused by men.
You encourage me so much.
Because I was walking in. I'm not suffering. Fucking sad. I ain't suffering no more. I'm shot. Even with Tourette, every tick that I have now, y'all, somebody's listening and somebody's talking about it. The girl with that funny voice, did you know she got shot at church? Oh. I would have never told nobody that. And it wasn't that it was a secret, because anything I do is like an open book. I used to always think it's safe. Everybody do it. Would imagine I would have been doing it with everybody. But I did that.
Amen.
It belongs to me. It belongs to me. I don't want to sit up here and have somebody trying to break down a brick wall. Give me a new heart. Give me a new heart. For him to fall in love with me. I don't want him to fall in love with the damaged. Even though he's always loved me, I want him to love the new heart. But the damaged one is irreplaceable. I can't repair it, y'all. Because I was walking in so much hurt last year. I was ready to walk across 95 with my eyes closed. And that whatever happened, I was ready, y'all. I was ready. Y'all just don't know. I was prepared to leave my only child right here because of her. And God said, "No, I got your ass. I'm going to give you something that you're going to be a cheerleader for the rest of your life. I'm going to give you faith. This is why I cover my mouth. It's not that I'm embarrassed. I have a fucking facial tea. I haven't had a stroke. None of that. I have tics.
Okay.
I have Tourette's. I suffer from PCOS. I'm still beautiful. My soul is beautiful. My heart is beautiful. We're beautiful.
Yes.
Just because somebody may have tarnished your goal, I said this earlier, don't mean that you're still not gold up on all that bullshit. If it's down that head, it's still a value, baby. The value of gold never goes down whether it's white. 10 carats, 14 carats, 24, 18. Gold will always have a value. I will always be valuable, even with guns, dogs. Even with the bullshit, still valuable. So I'm going to leave it at that, y'all.
Oh.
Before everybody on the panel be doodle ding dong head. That's my go-to word.
Oh.
I think he set y'all up for the okie doke, making me wait so long. Oh, I needed that.
I want to thank you. Like, I had to put my shades on twice. I never put my shades on twice. Like, it's not a joke. If I put my shades on, I leave them on. Like, I thought I could do it, but I was like, nah, I don't have to cry again. Like, hell no. Like, let me put those shades back. And I truly meant what I said in Kelly's broadcast when I said that I think your story, your truth, excuse me, let me correct myself, your truth needs to be heard by everyone on Bigo. Not just me, not just the 185 people right now that are hearing this, but every single one of the person that are on Bigo, and the world need to hear that story. That truth, excuse me. Once again, I correct myself. Because truly and honestly, like, wow.
I wish it was a story that I could have in pencil and I can erase the bad shit, but
I understand.
my next book is going to be written in pen, and it's going to be beautiful.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Yeah, and another thing, witness to tears, this is where I tell people also. It made me actually go back to that 8-year-old child that was getting molested. I'm rebellious now at 52. I get popped in the mouth. My mom slapped me in the mouth the other day because I was doing the most. I was in literally, as they say, a meltdown. She slapped the hell out of me. I think I froze up like ice cube back then. It wasn't a meltdown no more. I solidified. I went back to that 8-year-old that was getting molested because I do stuff like kid-like now because of my tears. They said I should have already been diagnosed as a child.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who here dropped that ball, but
Been diagnosed and
I
been
contributed
diagnosed
to
for.
all the bullshit. As usual, my life would keep going on. I contributed to the bullshit, y'all. But it didn't change the way I felt about what I needed to do because I knew later on in life I was going to have to tell somebody eventually, even though I didn't tell the people right there. Because that type of shit I should have been told someone, and that's how generational bullshit starts. Your mama get molested, your grandparents get molested. All that runs in my family. I thank the Lord every day that I didn't have a daughter, but shit, the fucking boys now, so what's the difference? But I'm thankful that my son hasn't went through nothing like that. But y'all are doing the wrong and changing people's fucking paths. You wonder, you're looking at, why she a hoe? Why she got this? Why she striving for attention? Do anybody ask why? Do anybody ask why? Do anybody ask why we can't go to certain people's house? Stop saving your children when you can't go over there. You know motherfucking Uncle Lou is fucking kids. Tell the kids why. Don't just say, well, you can't go over there this weekend. Tell it for what it is. There's a monster. I get angry with the people before me because I told them this recently. You did not protect me from the monster. The boogeyman came and fucked me at the house where I laid my head. We couldn't go nowhere to spend the night, but he still came where I was at, and he still got me in the midst of two other girls in the bed. That's what fucked me up. That's how they program you and groom you. I was the darkest thing in the house. And every time he touched me, he would say that shit with your pretty black ass. It's not black. My shirt is black. This is the beautiful milk chocolate. Everybody loves chocolate. Well, he loves it a lot, but that's how I tell my story, y'all, in comedy. He loved my chocolate a whole lot, but that's not here or there, but guess what? I love it a lot more now. That situation made me fall in love with me. I look at me with lust. Fuck somebody else looking at me with lust. I'm the bomb. I'm the bomb with cottage cheese thighs. I'm the bomb with difficult ass. I'm the bomb with titties that's hanging in Mexico. I'm still the bomb. I rock. I don't need nobody to cheer me on no more. I lost 100 pounds from all that hurt. Well, Rachel, when they told me that, it was like, it was a release of me. Go ahead and let that shit go in the atmosphere and you're going to be good. And that's how it happened, y'all. As soon as I got diagnosed, it was like a diet pill, y'all. Look at my arm. That looks like a fucking Bofors. But it's mine. That's 100 pounds of weight loss. That's 100 pounds of fucking, 100 pounds of gunshots, 100 pounds of bullshit. I celebrate that Bofors.
It's a badge now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went from a 28 to a fine ass 12. Fuck you, bullies.
Amen.
Hell yeah.
Lose that.
Thank y'all. I'm done, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't like being different. I'm already different. I've already had enough scars, y'all. Do y'all know how many statistics I fall under? Think about that, y'all. This is my overthinking mind with tears. Do you know how many statistics I fall under? And then I gotta fall up on another statistic. I'm tired of statistics. I just wanna be gathered. I just wanna be a simple ass chick that happens to love rock and roll music. Favorite song is fucking Pat Benatar. Love is a battlefield. I just wanna be like I wanna be. What the fuck is wrong with that?
Nothing.
I'm getting worked up. That chick's about to be. I'll be flipped up everybody in the past. And here's a chick, there's a chick, and everywhere's a flip. I don't know, y'all. This is what the rich has done, y'all. Y'all think it's funny when y'all see dudes gigolo, male gigolo, and she's screaming ball sack, booty hole, and all that. I do that in real life. There's bells on my door to protect me from me, y'all. There's bells on my front door to protect me from me. not a burglar. For me running outside in the middle of the fucking street. Fucking child. I'm 30 years old. They gotta protect me from me, y'all. I have to eat with a fucking spoon now because of Tourette's. I had so much other bullshit that I have to deal with because of Tourette's. But that's because I did not open my mouth to say, I need help. It was simple as that, y'all. All I had to do was say, I need help. Guess what, y'all? I need help. And I guess the help came at because I'm talking. I wouldn't have told nobody this. I was ashamed. Fuck that. Fuck that shame. Fuck the motherfuckers that wronged me. Fuck the bitches that wronged y'all. Fuck this. Fuck 'em. I needed this app. I found why I was supposed to be. Because I was tired of being censorship over there in the other bitches' house. I'm gonna be good, y'all. I'm pissed off. And I'm gonna press on. And somebody else gonna stand tall in my life. If Gogo did that shit through all of that, I know I can do it through this one little situation. I've always been a victim. Not no more. I want to fight. And fighting them. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. And I'm conservative. And that's simple as that, y'all. I think I'm done again. All right. Oh my God. I feel good. I feel good, y'all. I feel like I just stood outside myself and cheered myself on. I did good. Thank y'all for listening. I thank each and every one of y'all. I'm very appreciative of what you're doing for it. I'm very appreciative of what all of you doing. Keep standing up, y'all. That's all you. Thank you. I'm all even at 5'4".
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, thank you so much.
Fight for y'all not to. If you don't fight for you, if you're not fighting for you, it's useless. You can fight for your kids, but if you're not fighting for you to be the best person for your kids, if you fight for you, you fought so much for everybody else. Fight for you. I don't know how to fight. Just stand the fuck up. Fight for you. bully system. Never know. Bullies usually be someone usually be done bullied them.
Indeed. And guess what? It's not because you're hurting now that you can't be healed. I think it's time for us to close this night because I see everybody crying. Usually, like on panels, we cry of laughter and stuff, but tonight was different. I want to thank you, every single one of you, again for showing out and showing up. On the behalf of my agency, OC Talent, I want to thank y'all for speaking out. And Gogo, I'm gonna ask you something. You did me the pleasure of still for being the keynote speaker for the entire duration of said event, with me and you coming back on the 30th.
Hello?
Like me to come back
And
on
tell
the
your
30th.
story. On the 30th, yep.
Wow.
On the second day,
I would love to.
and be our keynote speaker. And I invite every single one of you who shared a story tonight to come back and share it again. Because I believe we need to let the world hear those truths that are yours to tell. And I think it is time to change Vigo. It's time to be that wind to change. I've been told all my life, I've been told, if you want something to change, just move, just act. Well, I'm going to take that advice and run with it. Time to act. If Vigo is disturbed by it, not my problem. If Vigo
Some of
gets
us
mad,
are
okay,
healing
cool.
through this.
Yeah. And Bambi, guess what? Oh yeah, of course, world of peace. Like, but I'ma just say this. Actually, Martin, please do me a favor.
Yes.
Keep yours for the 30th.
Okay.
Keep yours for the 30th. Everybody that has their own truth to tell, please come back on the 30th.
The 30th. Let me write it down.
Please come back on the 30th, y'all. Save the date. October 30th, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, 9 Central. And we're going to do the same thing we did tonight. We're going to start at 1 time. I don't know when it's ending. I'm ending it tonight because our keynote speaker is done speaking. But I want to see you guys on the 30th. Every single one of you. I know that you have your truth to tell, and I'm willing to step aside, sit down. I know that there's not a lot of brackets there that would have done the same. But it's not because they're level or they high level, that their level of emotional intelligence is high. No shade to them, but like, they have a bigger platform than I do, but they're not doing the right thing. So, yes, I'm kind of putting shade on them, like, fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit.
They should have been done that. Like, people like Marlon, people like Cody 80, they should have took that platform already. I'm surprised they didn't do it. I just named two of the biggest name on Beagle for male broadcasters, but yet, where are they in it? Although, like, let's get real, Cody 80, I was protesting last month, like I popped in his broadcast, I did my thing. And he told his entire panel, everybody shut up, everybody put your glasses on if you want to get on my panel. That was kind of dope. But then I guess his fiance came along and started talking her like our ear off. I'm like, are true. See you soon, guys.
Have a good one, everybody.
Good night.
Have a great night.
Oops. Oh, God, I'm on this Houston streets. Man.